In this video, we're going to take a look at the component menu. Now, the component menu is where you're going to find all of the various components that can be attached to the game objects in your scene. Now, these components are really what define the functionality of your game objects. And I really don't want this to kind of diverge into a discussion over components, what they are, and the various types of components you have access to. Really, I just want to drive home that here inside the component menu, you have a nicely organized library of all of the components you'd ever need to access. So if you have something that you know has to do with particles, here's all of the particle components, and the same with all of the others. Now, miscellaneous is a little bit different because it's, as the name suggests, it's kind of a catch-all. So if you need to create, an animation component or something like a tree, this is where you're going to grab that from.
Right. Think of it as like a bucket of building blocks. You actually take your game object, you can start with an existing one or a brand new one that is empty, and then you go into this bucket of pieces, and then you start dragging these pieces into that game object to add functionality.
That's right.
And this is just a way of breaking up the different categories of functionality to make it easier for you to find them.
That's right. Just, like I said, an easy place to find all of the various components that'll define that functionality for your game objects. But I don't really want to go into each one of these and how they work, because really you're getting into a lot of different topics here. I mean, you can't just show off like a physics rigid body component without going into a big long discussion over physics and rigid bodies and how that works inside of Unity. So we have to keep this particular discussion a little generic. So that is a really quick overview of what the component menu is for. Really, this is where I get most of my components.
Right. Unless you're scripting, you're going to come up here to grab them.
Yeah. So that'll wrap things up for this video. Thanks a lot.